All right, everybody, welcome back to another deep dive.
Yeah, hello everyone.
And today we are diving into a pretty interesting topic.
Yeah, looking at the power of kindness.
And this is pretty interesting, at least the way that we're going to do it today, because
Yeah, tell them why.
our source material is actually a podcast episode transcript about kindness.
Very meta.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Um, but that kind of makes you think, though, like, is there any science behind this, or is this just like,
Just feel good fluff.
yeah,
Well, it turns out there is actual research that suggests kindness is contagious.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that like a yawn or something?
Sort of. It's something called social contagion.
Right.
And it means that behaviors can spread through social networks, and that includes good and bad behaviors.
Hmm.
But in this case, we're talking about kindness. So, like, if you see someone doing something nice for someone else,
Right.
that might inspire you to do the same thing.
Kind of a pay it forward type of.
Exactly. You pay for someone's coffee, they're so touched they decide to volunteer somewhere, and it just creates this ripple effect.
Okay, so like these small acts can have like a larger impact.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay, I like that. The source material also mentions oxytocin, which is a hormone,
Right,
and it says it's released when we help others.
right.
So what's the deal with that?
Well, oxytocin is often called the love hormone because it's released when we hug a loved one or we're feeling close to somebody.
Yeah, you feel good.
Exactly. But studies show that it can also be triggered when we help others.
Mhm.
So when we do something kind for someone else, it can actually make us feel happier and less stressed and more connected to people.
So it's kind of like it's not just like a one-way street, right?
Right.
It's like I'm doing good for someone else, and then I'm also feeling good.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah. So it benefits both the giver and the receiver.
Interesting. Usually we think about oxytocin like in terms of romance, right?
Yeah.
Love and all that. But it sounds like just being kind can give you that little boost.
That's right.
The transcript also talked about kindness, like reminding us of our shared humanity,
Uh-huh.
which I thought was interesting. And it made me think, especially now, like December 2024,
Right.
things are just so politically and socially like divisive.
Very charged.
Yeah, charged, yeah.
It feels like we're all on edge a little bit.
So could kindness actually help bridge some of these gaps?
Well, it's an interesting idea, right? Because when we're kind to each other,
Yeah.
what we're doing is acknowledging this common ground that we have.
Right.
This sense of shared humanity that goes beyond our political beliefs or any of the things that divide us.
It's kind of like a reminder that we're all in this together.
Yeah, we're all part of something bigger than ourselves.
So then, I mean, kindness, it almost feels like a superpower,
It does.
right? Like it's not just changing individuals' lives, it's like
Changing the whole world.
changing the whole world.
Yeah.
And this brings us back to our source material.
Yes.
Because the very fact that they created a podcast episode about kindness,
Right.
that is an act of kindness in itself.
Exactly. Full circle.
Yeah, full circle. So to recap, kindness is contagious.
Yeah.
It gives us that little boost of those feel-good hormones.
Oxytocin.
Oxytocin, yeah. And it helps us connect with each other.
Yeah, it reminds us we're all in this together.
Reminds us we're all in this together. So kindness is a powerful thing.
Indeed. A lot of power packed in one small word.
It is, yeah. But here's something to think about. So we've established that a podcast episode about kindness can be an act of kindness in itself.
Right.
So what does that tell us about the impact of the words that we use every day?
That's a really good question to think about.
Yeah, and how we choose to communicate with each other.
And how that can have ripple effects that we don't even realize.
Right, absolutely. Maybe we have more power than we realize.
Perhaps.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.